Kapalabhati. Sitting head, neck, and trunk straight. Chin is parallel to the floor. And let's begin Kapalabhati. Either at your rhythm or my rhythm, you choose. Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yo naha prachodayat. Om Bhurva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yonaha prachodayat. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Asatoma Sadagamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Sahanao Bhavantu Sahanao Punaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Go ahead and beginning whatever breathing practice you're choosing to do at this point. always, when you're doing this, be really mindful of how the breath is flowing. Be mindful of the messages that the heart is sending to the mind via the breath. Maybe asking yourself, why are you here tonight? Why are you practicing tonight? So if you're not here and you're at home, why do you have the mat out? Why are you on the mat this evening? If you know why you're doing it, we have a baseline, right? You can see if you've accomplished your purpose for being here, for doing the practice. To finish this round, if you are choosing to stay here longer, then stay longer doing the pranayama. If you are ready to move into nature vayamam, we will be moving into eye movements. So you place first a ruler vertically, an imaginary ruler vertically in front of the eyes, opening the eyes, sliding the eyes to the top, one line to the bottom, continuing up and down. Next time the eyes approach the top, center, blink, and shut. Placing that same ruler horizontally, opening the eyes, sliding the eyes to the right, one line to the left, continuing back and forth. Next time the eyes approach the right, center, blink, and shut. When you're ready, bringing the right hand thumb up 6 inches in front of the nose, left hand behind thumb up, opening the eyes, focusing on that front thumb, seeing 2 thumbs behind, switching to the back, to in front, so alternating between those 2 thumbs. Girl.
My eyes are watering. They're weak.
Next time the eyes approach the front thumb, release thumbs into the eyes, blink and shut. Allowing the eyes to soften to the back of the skull, bringing those palms together, rubbing them together, giving lots of heat, lots of energy. When you feel that heat, cup the palms over the eyes, taking the energy from the crown chakra, directing it through the arms, the forearms, the palms, back into the eyes. And then once the heat begins to dissipate, gently get the eyes, cheeks, temples, anywhere that needs any extra touch. And when you are ready, go ahead and open the eyes, push the legs forward, give them a little shake. So let's just move into a Kriya, just to kind of get the legs and hips a little bit lubricated. So alternating, so just bringing your left leg back, hinge forward over the extended legs, switching. So you pick a pace that's really good for you. So you're just alternating between Janu Shirsasana legs. Mimi is presents. Evening Garden. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Ruby. Yes, it is. Miss Conway said, that is beautiful, the sign that you made. It is so beautiful. It is very, very, I don't know if it really shows through on the filming, but it is gorgeous. And also happy birthday. Okay, so, and the birthday class request is hips. So we're going to be doing stuff with hips tonight. So just a few more times. Okay, whichever leg you have out, leave it out. And you're just going to internal, like it's the wiper blade. So just internal, external rotation first. So going back and forth. And you should be able to figure out quickly, do you have more internal or external movement?
Mean.
You want to know?
Yeah. Is that bad?
There might be children watching.
Let's just put it this way. People are easier in this room going out into the world than going in.
Enough said. Must be why we're here.
Depends on why you're here, though.
It's like on Sunday we were listening in the class. I was like, damn, she's digging in deep today with that core story and everything. I was like, oh, they could cry all over again.
Okay, pause, and then, so if you want to, you can use a hand, but let's just go for some internal rotation. Draw the toes back towards the shin. Really extend through that heel. bring it up and do the external. Same thing if you want, you can use the hands. Neutral, just a couple up and down with the foot, flex and extension. And then when you're ready, switch sides and you do the same thing. Internal, external movement.
It's worse. My hopes.
You just got smashed.
What happens when you have expectations?
Right? The mother of all suffering.
Preach.
Try to keep the toes drawing back towards the shins as you do it. And then pause and go for that internal. Use the hands if you can, if you need to. And do the external.
So the internal is more of a, like you want it more from the hip. Like you're not
Definitely.
trying to like, you're not trying to like pull them.
Mm-hmm. And from the looks of this room, it looks like there's a lack of looking at the feelings and really understanding them.
Alright. Got him. Say forgot him. I got him.
Got them. We need to understand them so we can let go.
Is that what the outward one is? Or is it the inner one?
No, the inner one. Y'all are struggling there. All of you.
Yeah. Oh, I thought my hip was going to pop out.
Yeah, you want to escape them. Instead of being more neutral, it's more riding the waves of emotions, the highs and the lows.
Yeah.
She said, yeah.
You right.
back. So same thing, do a couple of flexion and extension. Then we're going to come to the back. If you want to, you can place the blanket underneath the lower back, but we're going to do Baddha Konasana, supine, and you would just place it there. So we're going to be here just for a couple of breaths. You do not have to have it, and you can roll it up, you can make it higher, or no blanket. So we're going to be here just for not too long, but long enough that you might want to just be mindful of the lower back.
Ideally, blanket flat or rolled.
Whatever feels best for the lower back for you. So just kind of settle, feel the connection with the mat. Does the weight distribution feel even through the hips? Feel the way the spine is, the back is, the shoulders. Sometimes you might even notice that the shoulders are not evenly distributed, the weight. So just have that awareness. So the hips do tend to be our big, like our storage tanks for lots of emotions, for stress, for the highs and lows that we go through. Now slide the right heel as close to the tailbone as you can. And then open the leg back to Baddha Konasana. Lift the left leg up, and you're going to take the left foot into Happy Baby. So it's a mix. And you can use your right hand to press down on the right thigh. Your left hand can grab wherever it can grab. There's no set place for grabbing here. So we're going to stretch the hips out a bit, but then we're going to strengthen, and then we'll go back to stretching too. Because it's very important to have equal strength and equal flexibility. Many times if we don't have that flexibility, but we're really strong, we become very rigid with the way we think. So if we have less flexibility, be mindful of the way that you perceive things, the thoughts that you have. Also, if we have a lot of flexibility, but we don't have any strength to balance it, we tend to be really emotional. Switch sides. So where are you on that spectrum? Remember, the Atman resides within us. The Atman is the soul. That's that aspect of God. God is everywhere and everything. God doesn't ride roller coasters of emotions. We do because we have forgotten our true nature. We peak, we go back into the valley. We go high, we drop low. We go high, we drop low. We go high, we drop low. Okay, go ahead, release. Squeeze both legs in. Take the right leg up. And then push the left leg out and then just lower it to that space that feels challenging for you. So we want to work with the core just a little bit. If you need to bend either leg, feel free. Remove the blanket, yeah, if you have the blanket underneath you, unless you want to keep it there. So you can have the hands wherever you want the hands. But we're just going to hold the leg there. I want you to draw all 10 toes back towards those shins. Make it active. Focus on the breath. So don't change the breathing here at all. 27, 26, 25, 24. See if you can, maybe you can press the lower ribs into the floor a little bit more. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just switch sides. If you want to squeeze the legs in first, you can. Same thing, feel free to bend if you need to at any point in time. Toes draw back towards the shins. Push the heels out. 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time on each side. So think about this, right? We're activating the core because we're going to be churning some stuff out with the hips. So we want to be able to burn it. So get your fire blazing. Toes back, heels out. 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it. Toes back, heels out. 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze it in as you requested hips. Roll it over and come to all fours. Okay, lift the left hand out. So you're just going to slide it straight out like you're shaking someone's hand. Right leg comes up. Draw the toes towards the shin, and I want you to bring the knee up as close to somewhere just above the elbow if you can, and push it back. Forward and back. So bring the knee in towards the elbow, or above the elbow if you can. Maybe you can touch it, maybe you can't. 18. 17. Keep drawing the navel back towards the spine. Same thing, so let's try to churn some stuff out, right? So, but we want the fire blazing so that when it's churning out, we're burning it up. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, hold it. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend and release. Carly, I need to take a picture of your toe thumb later.
Okay. Thumbs up.
Opposite arm and out, because I was telling Tyler about your toe thumb,
Uh-huh.
and he knows I like to do thumb war.
Oh yeah.
And he said, so do you tell her, you brought a toe to a thumb war?
Gotta use my left hand. I can slip out.
Who brings a toe to a
Who
thumb
brings
war?
I declare toe war.
Bring it in.
That's good.
See if you can touch the back of that arm anywhere. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get that extension and release. press back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bring your right foot so the ankle is just to the outside of that left thigh. Walk the hands back. So we have some options here. So remember the options because we're going to revisit it. So you can just stay here, hands on the floor. You can have hands on the blocks. You can bring hands to the heart. If you want, you can actually work. Oops, I got nutty hot water coming out. Hold on, guys.
Hold on.
I did the nutty pot after our
Uh-oh.
great.
I thought you had diarrhea.
I got the trots.
What?
The trots.
I just heard water's coming out. I'm like, oh.
So you can also work on taking the arm, the right hand to the outside.
Nice.
And you can use a block too. Did you say nice?
Flying away like a little kite.
So the right arm would be to the outside of the foot.
This?
Yep, so to the outside of the right foot.
Oh.
So like this.
That's too fancy for me.
You can use a block on the outside as well too if you're trying that. So nice little lunge with the left leg as well too. Keep flexing through that foot. That's going to help protect the knee. Focus on the breath. So if your arm is lifted, shoulder, elbow, wrist. Don't let the arm drop behind you. Couple more breaths. Now go ahead and release straight into Ardha Chandrasana.
Okay. Felt that.
Good. A little bit more. There we go. Draw the toes towards the shins here too. Draw the toes towards the shins. And turn forward, 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 forward. Toes towards the shins. There you go. Good. See if you can open up just a little bit. There. Nice. Release. Walk it back. Downward facing dog. Take a resting breath. And then when you're ready, the second leg comes up to that position. Cross it over, walk it back. Remember the options. Like I said, we're going to go back to it. So maybe you switch the options up a little bit. I was thinking today, we're such a superficial society. whole thing of victim, if there's a victim, there has to be a rescuer. And that is one, that's very detrimental. Because the victim thinks that they need to be rescued. Yeah, there are some situations, right, that you need to have, but I'm talking about where we are like, oh, this person did something so bad to me. Yeah, you're right, she's such a bitch. So what we're doing is we're enabling that person to continue to be a victim. We're crutching them. And then we feel like we're the savior. We're doing this great thing by crutching them, by making them weak. Because that makes us feel like, oh wow, look at me. I'm so great, I'm helping this person. Go into Ardha Chandrasana. But we only want to help, we only want to be the rescuer on our terms. Because how many of you, if you saw an animal being abused, would you stop and would you go and protect that animal? If there was someone who is being hurt, would you stop to help that person? Or would you be like, oh, no, I'm not going to get involved. I don't need to get involved with that. If there was a fire and you could go in and save someone, would you go in and save them? We want to help on our terms as long as it doesn't really affect me too much. But if there's a chance that I could get hurt, we're not righteous about it at all. And that's the same way we want to do service. We want to do acts of service that bring notoriety to us, that have people notice us. And release downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, turn the toes out, heels in. So this is going to be really good for the hips. You're going to drop back. It's just as low as you can go, and then you push it forward. And you drop it back. $27, $26, $25, $24, $23. Keep the heels coming in, toes out. $22.
Should the heels ever touch the ground?
Not necessarily. But you want the heels close together. Yeah, like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to a regular down dog. bring your right leg forward, pivot the back foot in. So really, I want you to draw that left hip pointer back as much as you can. Roll to the outside of that left foot. See if you can lift up through the groin on the inside, and then spin it up. Virabhadrasana 2.
Could you do that one more time? Like explain that?
Oh, yeah. So you just want to, you want to press to the outside of the foot and feel like you're really trying to lift up through the inside of the groin as you're pressing through the outside of the leg. And as much as you can, even try to have that right thigh, nice and low, and then spin it up. To Virabhadrasana 2. Draw the left hip pointer back. See if you can lunge a little bit more forward with the right leg. Open the hips. Right hand, you can either have it on the outside, block if you want it, on top, or on the inside. Bring that left arm straight up. So if you've got the right hand down, I want you to press the hand or the arm and the leg into each other. So make them both active. Press the arm and leg into each other. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. So try to have the arms straight so they're not falling behind the torso. If you're looking up, you should be able to see the thumb. Breathe into the hip a little bit more. Draw the left hip pointer back. So even though we went down, let's still work on Virabhadrasana 2 hips. Keep the left hip pointer pulling back. We want strength and flexibility. Release, downward facing dog. The right leg immediately comes back to that position, ankle to the outside of the knee. So what we did earlier, walk it back, remember the options. How is it different? Is it talking to you a little more?
Yes. Yes, it is. It's loud in here.
Get a nice little bend in the left leg. But we've become accustomed to justifying the victim mentality for ourselves and others. So much to the point that if someone criticizes, gives us constructive feedback, right? We get really upset about it. We can't even take it. Ardha Chandrasana. We've become emotional wimps. And how is that helpful? open the hips, right? We still have open hips here. Don't let the arm fall behind the shoulder. Keep it straight.
Am I good?
Yeah. Okay, release the hands, keep the leg lifted, walk it back, downward facing dog. Lower it down. Second leg comes forward, Virabhadrasana 2. Notice how you have the hips open. Feel like you're really drawing back to the groin, pressed from all the way down on the inside to the outside of that leg. Draw the right hip pointer way back. Flatten through the four corners of each foot. Can you draw the right hip pointer back a little bit more? Don't let the left knee drop to the inside. It tends to drop. Keep it stacked right on top of the ankle. Keep the legs there. Lower the torso. Inside, outside, on top of the thigh. If you have the arm down, I want you pressing the arm and leg into each other. Draw the right hip pointer back. Don't let it sag. The arm is down. Press them into each other. What kind of rescuer are you? Because we've all rescued people. We think we've rescued them. Couple more breaths. But are you the type that would go into a burning building? Are you the type that would go and rescue an animal that was being abused? Are you just in it for the show? Release. Press it back. You're immediately going to take that leg. Same position. So do you like the person, right, looking up to you and thinking, oh, wow. She helped me, he helped me. They gave me such good advice. They were really there. if the same person was in a fight and getting the crap beat out of them, would you jump in? If they were getting gut checked, would you jump in and help? So what are you doing what you do? Why are you doing it? Because if we're doing it just for the praise, just for the adoration, wrong reasons, lies, Ardhachandrasana. That's coming from our own serious sense of lack. So let me help this person so they think I'm so great, so I'm so fabulous. Because that's coming from my sense of lack. Because I don't feel good about myself. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders. Couple more breaths. We're almost done with this part. This is where we have to be so honest with ourselves. Release. Keep the leg lifted. Downward facing dog. Lift it a bit. Lower down. Heels in, toes out. That same kriya. So we drop it back and we push it forward. "27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press back, downward facing dog. Immediately bring the right leg forward. Turn the right toes to the corner of the mat. Blanket underneath that back knee if you need support, or ball the foot. Hands on blocks if you want. But you're going to drop the foot to the side as much as you can. You can stay high, you can drop low. Toes point to the corner of the mat, on the side of the foot. Stay high or go low. You know, we need to start thinking about, we talked about it a bit yesterday, everything we do, we're held accountable for. So every victim that you encourage to remain a victim, that's karma for you too. Everything that you do to feed the ego that hampers the progress of another person, that's karma for you. Thinking about the elections are tomorrow, right? Is that right? So even thinking about that, whoever you vote for, whatever action that person does, you have a bit of that karma.
So you're saying don't vote?
I haven't voted in years. I was basically told, you decide, you're spiritual or you're political.
Right.
True that. God bless all those people.
But everything that we do creates karma. We don't think about it. We walk through blindly. If we really thought about it, we would start changing some of our actions pretty quickly. The choices that we have are based on who we are, on the populace that we are. We are corrupt. We are angry. We are fighting our own internal battles all the time. Why should we have righteous politicians? We haven't earned that. We lie. We do stuff to feed our egos. We love our egos to be stroked. We have irrational confidence in many areas. Why should we have a righteous politician? We haven't earned that. We don't think about our actions, so why should anyone else think about theirs? As within, without. Go ahead, release. Press it back. Second leg comes forward. We need to quit making excuses. When we start taking and holding ourselves accountable, that's what happens. The world starts to change. We start doing things for the right reasons. And I made a very conscious decision. Politics have always interested me. History has interested me. That's a thing for me. The last political thing I have is my Ron Paul magnet on my refrigerator.
This is the first year I'm not voting.
Good.
Yeah, because I just can't vote between the lesser of.
A vote
Two
for the lesser of
evils.
two evils is still a vote for evil.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like, I just, yeah.
But
That's awesome.
every person that you interact with, everything that you give attention to, you connect to that karma. It would behoove us to spend time connecting to the saints and connect to their karma. Because even if you're hating a politician, you're giving that attention to that politician, you're connecting to their karma. But if you actively think about the saints, if you actively talk about the saints, you actively spread that, you are connecting and getting a little bit of their karma. I love you, Somaji. He's probably gonna come and give me a black eye tonight.
Tie you onto a tree.
Right. Could have just told me.
Yeah.
But that's important to really think about. Everything that we do, everything that we connect with, which is why it's really, you have group karma. Think about your group that you associate with, that you spend most of your time with. If that doesn't scare you,
It doesn't scare me anymore.
right? Good.
Yeah, not should preach you.
Got rid of all those weirdos.
And it feels good, doesn't it?
It does, it does.
And release, press back, downward facing dog. Okay, from downward facing dog, drop down to the knees, and then toes, bring the toes together and slide it out. So you want, and if you need to, I put a blanket underneath my knees, but you want the thighs to be as close to parallel to the short line of the mat as you can. And then just take it down. So thighs as close to parallel, so toes touching. Really try to have those thighs out to the sides. So as much as you can, just quickly look and see, are the thighs parallel?
It doesn't.
The elections are really mind-boggling to me. There's so much hate on either side. If you really could fathom the hate that you were throwing out, you wouldn't do it. How is hate helpful? This is the bottom line, is we need inner transformation. Social reform has never worked. In the history of man, it does not work. It works for a few years, and then we go back to the same nonsense. We need inner transformation. When you change inside, really change, you don't go back. It's the difference between right opinion and right knowledge. I have the opinion that God is everywhere. I have the opinion that I shouldn't hate people who are different than me, whether that be skin color, whether that be political preference, whatever it is. I have the opinion I shouldn't hate them, but I do. But once it changes, so I have this opinion, right, that I shouldn't, but I do. So it's there, it's still inside of me, but let's do some social reform. Let's make things look pretty. No harmony in thought, speech, and action. Does that sound familiar? It should, because we live our lives with no harmony in thought, speech, and action. Go ahead and release. Slide it up, press back. All fours, take it back to downward facing dog. Mm-hmm. So from downward facing dog, bring your left foot forward. Immediately right leg comes up behind it. And let's go into a twist.
Ooh.
But when it changes from right opinion to right knowledge, you see the person who is so political as exactly as they are supposed to be, because the world is the way it is based on our karmas. So how can you hate that person? How can you hate anyone that's different than you? Because it's no longer opinion. You have the knowledge that God is everywhere in everything. God is omnipresent. When it's just the opinion, we say something, we feel something different. That's why social reform doesn't work. We need inner transformation so that we can say God is everywhere and know that. G and I saw one of the most disturbing, it really was a disturbing bumper sticker. It said, "I hope the fetus that you say turns out to be gay." And I thought, wow, so you want this person to have a baby that turns out to be gay because you know that they also are anti-gay. So you want this child to have a life of misery because the parents are going to hate them because they're gay.
I don't get it.
I hope the fetus that you say, because anti-abortion people are also anti-gay, turns out to be gay. So just hoping that the babies that they're saying are gay. So they're basically wanting the child to have suffering because, well, you were saved, let's hope you're gay.
They could be using it in the old term of being happy.
They could.
Don't judge.
But I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure you're
Context
right,
clues.
And, okay, so from here, yeah, it took me a minute to really wrap my
Wait,
mind.
that's a lot to unpack. Backwards.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably way too smart for people to figure out.
Get in a car crash, damn.
And release. Press it back.
Oh, wow.
Second leg comes forward, go into that twist. Riley and I were talking about this. We went to school with this kid named Kevin and immediately bring it up. And he was obviously gay. We went from kindergarten all the way up through high school, graduated with this kid. And everyone knew he was gay in elementary school. And it's like, it's one of those, another mind-boggling thing. I mean, so a child, people have problems with a child being who they are.
Quick question, do we want both butt top,
Sitting bones down.
sitting bones?
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm. But we have no harmony in thought, speech, and action. We have right opinion, but we do not have right knowledge. Why can't we just love people for who they are and the karma they are working out? Why can't we love ourselves for who we are and the karma we are working out? God is all powerful. God could change anything just like that. Obviously, it's his play. He wants it to play out like this. But we're so righteous and we think we know so much more. Irrational confidence. We think that we know better than God, so how can we be humble? How can we have humility? If I think I know what's better for the world, God doesn't, how can I possibly have any real humility in my life? As with and without. Unwind. Take it back, downward facing dog. Drop to the knees. Do 5 cat and cows. Have 2 blocks handy. Let's finish it off with a nice little symmetrical hip stretch. Swing the legs however you don't want to swing them. Then bring the legs up. Soles of the feet press into each other so you have this diamond. And bring it forward. So right opinions feed these emotions that we hang on to. Right knowledge, we let it go because we're not attached to it. We let it go, the hips start to open up even more. So it's time to start asking ourselves, is this everything with everything, is this right opinion? Or is this right knowledge? We cling to our right opinions. Right knowledge makes us very fluid. Right opinion, I have to be right. Right opinion, no harmony in thought, speech, and action. Right knowledge, complete harmony in thought, speech, and action. Don't say that God is all powerful, all knowing, and all present, and think that the world is nothing but chaos. There's nothing chaotic in this world. The only thing chaotic is the way that we perceive the world. Because our minds are cluttered. Remove one block. It's like if your house is really, really dirty and someone comes in and drops a piece of trash. You don't really notice it. It's just another piece of trash, right? But if the mind is clean, so somebody comes in and drops a piece of trash, you're able to see it for exactly what it is. Oh, there's a bit of honey wrapper. I have no clue where that came from.
Honey wrapper. They are pretty large wrappers.
But you're able to distinguish. You're like, oh, okay. And you see it for exactly what it is.
Very true.
But if our mind's dirty, we can't see anything for as it is. If our mind is polluted, if our mind is full of its own set of problems, how can we see anything exactly as it should be seen? But when the mind is clear, you see everything exactly as it should be seen. And that gives you joy. Because you have faith. Remove that block. And that's what yoga does for us. It gives us a clear mind. And with the inhalation, bring it up. And go into Paschimottanasana for just a couple of breaths. And get ready for relaxation. next inhalation, bring it up. Then coming to the back, making any adjustments so the body can become totally quiet, totally still. You allow the space at the crown of the head to relax. The space in between the eyebrows, relax. Temples, relax. Eyes, nose, mouth, relax. Chin, jawline, ears, relax. Neck, throat, relax. Shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, relax. Wrist, palms, fingers, relax. Tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back, relax. Chest, belly, all the internal organs, relax. Hips, buttocks, relax. Thighs, knees, shins, calves, relax. Ankles, heels, arches, tops of the feet, balls of the feet, toes, relax. The entire body has become totally, completely relaxed. Whenever you get into any problem, remember, I am not the body, I am not the mind. Immortal self I am. I am existence, knowledge, bliss absolute. Simply blow the depression away. It comes like a cloud, you can blow it away. Shout at the top of your voice, I am blissful, I am joyful, I am easeful. You are nothing less than that. Ascertain your true nature. Don't constantly hypnotize yourself saying, oh, I am immortal, I am a sinner, I am this, I am that. You are not. If you keep on thinking that way, you will become that. As you think, so you become. Think that you are great, you are great. Think that you are hopeless, certainly you will become hopeless. Don't give room for negative thinking. Always have positive thoughts. People who pan for gold collect tons of crude rock. If they just saw the crudeness, they would throw it all away. Instead, their eyes on the few ounces of gold hidden within that rock. If you keep your eye on the gold, you won't get tired of cleaning the rock, and ultimately, you will get the gold. Never lose sight of the gold in you. You might have accumulated a lot of dirt and dust. It just doesn't matter. Take the time to clean it out. Keep your mind on the gold that you are looking for, and your mind will become the gold. Now returning to the breath. Directing it to the toes and the fingers. And gently begin to wiggle them. And then allowing the body to stretch and to move. And when it is ready, bringing it to a seated posture. We'll do the Mahamrityunjaya as a group, and then go in if you're comfortable, so hum or whatever other practice you're doing. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukmiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukmiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukmiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukmiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukmiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukmiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukmiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukmiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukmiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyam Amritat. Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashantu Ma Kashchit Dukkha Bhakpavet Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all experience prosperity in everything. May all be free from suffering. Om peace, peace, peace. Let me cherish those that God cherishes. Let me forgive those that God forgives. Let me serve those that God serves. Let me love those that God loves. Jai Shri Ram. Thank you. See you tomorrow.